George Cooper Sr. was shockingly killed off by young Sheldon, making his passing a poignant and tragic episode. In a behind-the-scenes video from the day he filmed his final scene, Lance Barber, who played George, displayed his range of emotions. For the Cooper family and the viewers of the show, George's unexpected death was all the more tragic because of the newfound perception of him as a loving father. Lance Barber is filmed in his last moment as George Cooper Sr. in a recently released Young Sheldon set video. CBS aired another doubleheader, which concluded with the Coopers' greatest sorrow. Prior to the special one-hour send-off, George passed away following a heart attack at work in a new home and a traditional Texas torture. Episode 12 of Young Sheldon Season 7. That morning, though, Sheldon's father even got to see his wife and twin children before leaving. They had no idea that it would be the final time they saw him leave the building. The aftermath of George's last Young Sheldon scene was shown in a brand new set video posted on Cooper's fans' TikTok account. Lance Barber left the Cooper family house prior to his passing. Check out the video below. The opposite side of George's final scene is revealed in the Young Sheldon behind-the-scenes video. Everyone fell silent as the cameras started to roll, but Barber looked visibly upset as he took his farewell stroll as the adored Cooper patriarch. How the 7th season of Young Sheldon deepened the pain of George's death just when George was starting to live the life he had always desired. He passed away. The family comedy drama's best element is definitely Sheldon's father, but only because the Big Bang Theory's conclusions were refuted in the prequel. While the offshoots version of George depicted him as the perfect example of a flawed but dedicated father, Sheldon and Mary's stories about him in the nerd-centric show portrayed him as a bad spouse and father. Plot inconsistencies resulted from this, some of which were very controversial. Young Sheldon's retelling of George's cheating incident, for example. In retrospect, though, given how essential he was to the success of the show, all the narrative problems were worthwhile. George's new image enhanced young Sheldon's attractiveness, but it also increased the tragedy of his death. Losing a family member is never easy, but when that family member is someone who dedicates his life to providing for his wife and children, like George was before his untimely death, the emotional toll is greater. Sheldon's father was about to live the life he had always wanted, supported by his family and with a better career in Houston awaiting him. But when George passed away, the CBS show took it away from him. Sheldon's father had been completely redeemed by the time of his death. George's passing shocked even me, demonstrating how much of a character development he had as young Sheldon. All that's left is for the Big Bang Theory brand to formally acknowledge that Sheldon and Mary wronged him by disparaging him during their years in Pasadena. Young Sheldon demonstrated that George wasn't deserving of any of it.